let's talk about some cold brew kegs, shall we? Right here we got our kegerator here at the roastery in Greenpoint. I'm going to open this bad boy up and I'm going to show you what's inside, and we're going to go over some basics so you guys don't have any questions when you go to change a keg, or you want to know what, how to hook up a keg. So let me open this bad boy up by unlocking it.
I always wanted to know how to hook up a
Okay.
keg.
So here you should, it should look like this. It should look like we have cold brew kegs on the right and nitro cold brew kegs on the left. And how I know which is which is if I pull them out so we have better light, you can see that the kegs are actually, they're the same kegs, but at the top they're different. So here we have our standard cold brew keg, which we're using Slapshot for cold brew. We have an in and we have an out. And then we have a gas release valve here in the middle. Very similar on this side with the nitrogen keg. The nitrogen keg is special because there's a special rod inside that infuses this cold brew with nitrogen gas, like Guinness Stout. So this setup is a little bit different. We have the nitrogen gas going in at the top here, right in the middle, instead of here on the left-hand side of the keg. So that's how I know, looking from the top, this is the nitro and this is the cold brew. So, next question, how do we change these guys? How do we take these lines off and how do we put them back on? Well, it's actually quite simple because these are quick connect valves. So how you take them off is you just pull this button and pull it off. And to put it back on, you simply, with your fingers, press it back and push it in until it locks. Same thing with this side. Press it up, pull it off, there's coffee, push it in, and it snaps back in. Now, some basics. This red line is the nitrogen gas. So this is what pushes the coffee out here in this cold brew keg. So this nitrogen gas goes in. We want that to go into the keg. Here we go, I'll get you a better view. This red line goes in. We want the gas to go in and push the coffee out. And that's the second part. Here's the out valve with coffee in the line, and it's clear so you can see. Obviously when the keg is emptied, there will be very little coffee, if any, in here, and it'll be a clear line. But when a full keg is hooked up, you can visibly see some coffee. Here on the nitro side, we have the nitro going in to the special, top of this keg, into the rod. We charge these kegs by giving them a good shake 20 times or so to activate the nitrogen. And this makes it possible, this setup makes it possible for us to come over here and pour a nitro cold brew just like we would pour a Guinness beer. Alright? If we look into the kegerator, here we have a tank of nitrogen gas, and we have a regulator. Now, it's hard to see. This is the line for the nitrogen here on the left, and this is the line for the nitrogen here on the right. For the cold brew on the right-hand side. We can see that the correct operating temperature for the nitro cold brew is about 40 psi. That's the temperature? Good job. The correct operating pressure for the nitrogen is about 40 psi. So that's our goal. You want to be around here on the gauge. If we come over here to the cold brew side on the right, we see that we're about 10. We want to be between 5 and 10. I don't know if you guys can get a good look at that, but that's what it should look like. And obviously, if we got this guy over here in the red zone, that means we're out of gas, and it's time to replace that bad boy.